Yo, everybody! Generikb here, and we are back on the Mindcrack vanilla server, baby. And I'm celebrating 400,000 subscribers. Whoa! I can't believe it. It's insane. Is this real life? Wait, let me get my F5, because this is what I do. Thank you all. You are amazing. Mwah. That's me blowing kisses. I had plans to show you the mansion and stuff like that. But the chickens are ready to harvest. Let's see how many I got in here. Yeah, 640 something. That ought to work. That'll do. Let's hit it. I gotta find a good angle. I think if I do that one, it'll work. But what's up? Yeah, that did it. Oh yeah, brilliant. Yeah, last night. Oh, let me turn this down while I'm talking to y'all. Last night, went and celebrated with my wife. It started off, we were just gonna have a little date, and then we were like, hey man, it hit 400,000 subscribers. That's phenomenal. So we decided to go to a steakhouse, and I had a steak the size of my head, and it was glorious. Oh, it's so tasty. And cream spinach and horseradish mashed potatoes and Brussels sprouts with bacon in it. And my wife had king crab legs, and it was very, very good. Very, very good. So it was a good celebration. I am hitting level 30 plus some. Trying to find that good sweet spot. There's still a bunch in there trying to do their thing. I'm glad y'all are still there, because yeah, look at this. Get a few, so there's probably some, yep, I gotta figure out that last little bit. Like, there must be like a block somewhere that I need to fill up. But this is filling up with chickens. I gotta figure out, man, what to do with all this chicken, because, come check this out. I might have some chicken. And you guys were all saying that I should. I'm gonna break this while we're talking. That I should sell it to blame the controller. Well, the problem is he's got a setup where he grows his own chickens. Hello, you gonna give me that stuff? What about back here? Oh, ha ha! That fixed it, didn't it? Maybe if I put that back like that, maybe that's a good solution. Blunk and blunk. Oh, no. I should leave that there just to get you guys all wired up. What are you doing? Okay, and then blunk and blunk. All right, let's go. Before we get too started, going off too long, let's do a quick enchant. Oh yeah, so did I finish? Blame the controller's got his own chicken growing setup. It grows them and it cooks them right then and there. So there's no need to give him any chickens. I'm doing books, and you guys wig out quite a bit, and even worse, watch this one. I'm doing level 5s, power 1, because at that level there's a pretty good chance of getting. Come on now. Let's do a 6. Bane of Arthropod. There's a pretty good chance of getting Unbreaking. Unbreaking. Haha. Perfect. And I'm just kind of hoping like I get another Bane of Awful Turds. That I get some Unbreaking to put on my armor. Or my bow, actually. I'd rather have it on a bow. Shoink. Smite. Well, Smite's not too bad. I can put Smite on something. And keep in mind, man, this is like free free XP for me. It's not like I'm sitting around wasting my time at a... oh, it's a little slime. Hi, bud. Wasting my time on a little... on an XP farm. It's just like, this just naturally happens as I'm working. Okay, so real quick before we get started on the project of the day, I want to show you progress on the mansion. I'm not getting burnt out on it, but this is a huge project, and I am... Oh, it's bedtime. I moved my bed down here. Barker. There we go. It's just a huge project, and I want to make sure that I do everything right. And I've noticed, like, I'll be in a creative world, which you guys saw, some of you guys saw on my live stream on Saturday, aka yesterday? Yeah. And do I have chicken on me? Nope. I really am trying to, like, make things just right. And so, like, I'll get to a spot where I go, that, I'm losing it. I've been working on this too long. And then I have to take a break. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And which is fine. It's time to shift gears a little bit, just for a couple episodes. Shake it off. But I did get the facade of this guy done, and I'm pretty proud of it. And you can see I've done that old trick where you put the darker wood down there and the lighter wood, so it kind of looks like that's where like a water line once was. And if I swimmy up here, do a little swimmy. Oh, and I'm gonna show you. Oh, how about the million messages last episode? Put brown wool on the railings. Put brown wool. Oh yeah, see, there's nothing over here. But I'm making I think this will be like a cool boathouse. I think it'll be nice. Put brown wool on the railings. Put it on the railing. Put brown wool on the rail. Okay, let's go check it. Because I'm not in love with it. I'm going to tell you. I did it. There it is. It's okay. I'm not in love. I don't want to put the wood fence post there because, like, I want this to have that kind of wrought iron feel to it. Maybe a different color. I can play around with different colors, but not loving it. I like this more, even though I know, I agree that, you know, it's a little tougher to see and stuff. But if you think about it, what are the odds that I'm going to stand right here and be like, look at that view? Pretty slim, I would say. And I put these in place just to start getting the thing going. I am going to next. I've been working on another, like, kind of, not a tower. I don't know what they call them in the older homes, but, like, you see how this is, like, kind of sticks up a little bit more. There's another one that goes right there, and I'm pretty proud of that one. And then I think that's gonna turn into a greenhouse over on the roof, to have like a rooftop greenhouse and a little bit of a rooftop terrace, and that's where I can put my farms and stuff. But I'm not in love with what I've done yet, and so it'll take a little while. I'm so glad I remembered. There were some comments both here and on Reddit last episode where I said I was going to tear down the witch hut. And some people were like, why would you pick a prime location that has a witch hut only to tear it down? Why wouldn't you make a witch farm? So, a few reasons. One, Doc is doing a witch farm, and there's really no point in 2 witch farms on the server. And I think Packrat's probably going to want to make one, knowing that crazy kid. So that would be 2. And a second reason, there's also a witch hut just right over there, I think, in another swamp just to the northwest. There's a witch hut there, so if anybody wants one, go for it. But I am still, this little dirt platform is the This is the spawning area for the witches, and I do plan on somehow. I may lower it 1. I think I can get away with lowering it 1. I'm gonna incorporate this into the dock system. Like the piers and all of that, to where at night I'm hoping witches will spawn here. Because I don't want a witch farm, but I do want witches because this is a haunted place, right? So that's kind of my goal. It'd be really cool to get a witch and maybe throw a name tag on her and hide her up in the top of a building somewhere. I think it'd be really cool. So, okay, we rambled enough. Where's my food? Do I have food around here? Y'all got something to eat? Starving. Oh, I got it. I've got some food down. I know where. Okay, today is a project that I've been very excited to work on. I saw this a while back. I saw this concept a while back on the Minecraft Inventions subreddit, and it was by a dude named Admiral Redstone, who coincidentally is also the guy who coded our first version of Battle Royale way back in the day on Hermitcraft. He did this thing. It's a brewing station, but it uses cauldrons. And it doesn't really use cauldrons, but it makes it look like you're using cauldrons. And then this is just... I'll do that just so we can do some walking. So essentially the deal is, you're going to have a cauldron. Do I have my water? Let's get some water up in here. Look at me all organized. Holy moly. And so the idea is, you come up to the cauldron, you throw your items in there, just like a witch would do when she's brewing potions, and then some magic will happen behind the scenes, and your potions brew. Now his was very compact, but it was also very simple in the fact that he had 2 cauldrons, one for the ingredients, one for the bottles of water. There was no indicator to show when the potions were ready, and it was there was no, like, it didn't automatically give you those potions, so you had to like flip a little lever. So I fixed all of that. The reason it's down here is for 2 reasons. I'm all about reasons today. The first one is I really want it to be up in the house because I think this would be perfect. But 2 reasons: the house isn't ready, and so I don't want to put something in it until the house is ready, or at least I start working on the interior. And 2, even though this is functional, this is really not as compact as I think it should be. I would consider this like phase 1 for me. And then I look to you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are super smarty pants and know how to make this stuff a lot more compact. So let's go. I tell you what, I'm going to take before we get started, I'm going to gather my gear, get everything all sorted out. I've already like dug things out and put the blocks where they should be to make this a little bit easier. But I tell you what, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and then when I come back, we're going to put this together, and then we're going to, I have an idea for those raw chickens. I think I'm going to prank Doc. So we'll do all that after a quick commercial break. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, we back. All right, so we've got this cauldron, and the first thing I want to do is put in the hopper system and the brewing system. Bloop. So let me... Oh, I'm already stuck. Get me out of here. Let me grab my hoppers. We're going to have... Oh, pecker. Pecker. This is going to be fun. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is where we're going to put the brewing stand. Brewing stand goes right there. We're going to have one dropper, or one hopper going in like that. Yep. And then we're going to have a hopper going in the side, if we can. There we go. So brewing ingredients go in through the top. Brewing bottles go in through the side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put one like this and then one like that. So we've got ourselves, if I let me tear this out so we can see a little bit better. What we've got is you throw stuff in and it'll come down, and theoretically, and it doesn't work like this, so bear with me for a moment. Theoretically, the water bottles will go down and go this way, and then the other ingredients will take that little turn and go this way. But it doesn't really work that way. And let me show you. So let me get 2 ingredients here. So if you put a bottle of water, like let's say you throw it in, right, and it goes in, it doesn't go here. Oh, that one worked. But if you put a nether wart in, it's going to hang out right there. Because the way these hoppers work, by default, if there's one underneath, it'll suck it down before it goes. So we have to have some way of making it where after you put in the bottles of water, it's going to lock this hopper. And we're going to do that with a comparator, or as some foreign people say, the comparator. And we're going to put one like that. And this will, excuse me, I told you guys on Twitter, man, I got issues today. This one will send out a signal of a certain strength based on how many bottles are in here. So right now there's 1, and it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that's 4 glowing. If we put in a second one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this one's still off. And then by the time we got that one in there, then that 9th, it actually goes 11. By that time, that is reaching, and so this is locked off. So what we're going to do is you put a bottle in, a bottle in, a bottle in, and so you got those 3, and then you put in another wart, and it'll bypass, it'll go this way, and now it's brewing, right? Easy peasy, super simple to do. And then keep in mind the way that this is going to work is you throw the items into the cauldron, but the cauldron isn't really a full block. And so just like how we would put a half slab over a hopper and stuff would go through, it also works that way for a cauldron. So essentially when we're throwing stuff into the cauldron, it's actually just going right through and going into the hopper. So that part's done, right? We're able to, as long as we throw 3 bottles in, which you're always going to brew 3 at a time, right? You throw your 3 bottles in first, and then you throw your ingredients in whatever order. That should work. The next one we want to do is figure out how to make sure that we keep the items in this brewing stand until it is completely brewed, right? And so what I'm gonna do is, I'm missing one hopper, and we're gonna put it right. Yep. Let me get down here. Twink. Oh, let me turn my sound back up since we don't have chickens to worry about. I'm going to put a hopper right here. And then that's going to go into a little dropper elevator, which we'll do at the end. So, hop back up here. Now, if you put something in, so we got that business going on. If we throw in a water bottle, you'll notice, where did it go? Nowhere, because it went all the way through, right? And that's what we want to prevent. So we're going to, first off, make a latch. And I'm going to put the torch off of here, and I'll explain why in a second. And then we're going to grab a couple repeaters. Put one right there on full tick. One right there on full tick. And then we're going to put some redstone dust just like that. So this signal on, right, is powering this block. And so now if we put something in, it stays in the, it will stay in there. You saw how it flashed off because it got a signal? Don't worry about that. We're going to fix that right now. If I can get out of this mess. Okay. The next thing we need to do is we need to put sort of a pulse lengthener, but essentially what we need is we need to make sure that this thing stays locked as long as there's a potion brewing in there, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a bit of a clock here. Not a clock, a sort of timer. I don't know how you would call it. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a redstone repeater right here, going into this little guy. And we're going to use more hoppers. I'm going to let's get that chicken out of our face. Put that right there for now. Yeah. We're going to take a comparator, stick it right there, put it on difference mode, and we're going to put a repeater just like, just like that. And then we're going to put redstone dust. We're going to put a torch right here. Redstone. Going to grab a temporary thing like that. And we're going to put a hopper facing that way. Remove this and put a hopper that way. And then right here, we're going to put a redstone comparator. So I'm going to put this redstone lamp here just for the moment to show how this thing works. And actually, I'm going to get rid of that. Is there a... I don't have a button. Let me grab a button really quick. Whoop, whoop. Maybe. No problem. Let's go up really, really quick because I do want to show you how this works. I got this design for this this hopper clock or hopper timer from Codecrafted, I believe. But I think it's all based off of a design that originally that Etho came up with. Do I have? There we go. Bloop. And it's pretty clever in how it works. I won't go into the dirty details as to what all those comparators and stuff are doing, but I'll give you the rundown. So what it does is it juggles it juggles items from one hopper to the other, right? And we're just going to put, this will be our input, and I think it's every item that you put in, like let's say I put in 10, right? I'll just stick them in this guy right here. Every item that you put in is like 0.8 seconds or something. And so when I push this, it's going to make it to where those guys start counting over. They'll start going over here, so that will go on. And then when it's all done and this is empty, then it'll start going back the other way. So if we go boom, so this is on, you'll see those 10 are going, and then they'll go back down. And then it goes off. So it's a really good way to get a very long pulse out of, right, for doing a lot of stuff. If you want to make a timer or anything like that. I mean, this thing's a really nice, compact type of setup. I'm going to put 50 items in here. And the reason for that, see how close I can get. Ooh. Can I do it? Is because if you put in 25, that will be a total of 20 seconds going back and forth. So if I hit this thing, it would go 20 seconds, which is exactly how long it takes for one ingredient in the brewing potion to brew, right? But what I want is I want for this thing to stay on until this thing is done brewing, or more importantly, until until it's done brewing. And so here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this guy out. I'm going to put a redstone repeater, and then I'm going to put 2 comparators here. And this just happens to be the way I could figure this out. I'm going to put a redstone dust right here. Now, here's what's going to happen. As soon as I throw in the first ingredient, which is the water bottle, right? It's going to go, and it's going to go down here, and then that's going to trigger this guy right here, right? So this comparator is going to click once, which is going to turn this thing, and it's going to start the timer, essentially, right? Now, every time an item goes through, it's going to click again, and it's basically going to just keep the timer going. So, oh boy, how do I explain that? So let's say I threw in a water bottle. It starts going, right? And let's say between time of throwing the first and the second water bottle, let's say 30 out of those 50 cobblestone moved over. If I throw in another water bottle, it's going to click it again, and this thing's just going to go, keep on going. Don't worry about it. Keep on going, fellas. Even if this thing goes to 50 and then starts going down, which it won't, but even if it did, if I threw in another item, this thing would go, nope. Don't go back down. Keep going up. So I know that's really complicated. It's really confusing. I'm trying my best on it. But the reason I have 2 of these is, one is I want this thing to start kicking off once we throw in water. And so the water bottle is going to go through here and go through this hopper. The next ones, I want it to continue with the clock once I start throwing in the nether. What was that? Once I start throwing in the nether wart, what am I going to use? Gas tier, all that stuff. It's going to go down and it's going to go through here, and I want that to continue the timer, right? Almost hit reset every time, in a sense. Now, you would sit there and you would go, well, why don't you just put it on this guy, because they both have to go through. Unfortunately, there's a weirdness with these hoppers, and I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intentional, but if you've got a setup like this where one goes like that and one goes like this, any items going through will not kick off a comparator. It's almost like it's never in there. The item is never in there. It just goes whoosh all the way through. And so that's why I have to do just this little bit of extra. Not a big deal, but it is what it is. So we've got this going. I want to do, and then from here, I'm going to put, hello. So we'll have a signal. I'm going to put a repeater there, which will power this, which will power this below it. And I'm just going to run the signal there. Now, here's why I did this. Right now, this is in the locked position, right? I want that hopper to stay locked and not flush out the items in the brewing stand unless the thing's finished brewing, which basically means there's potions in there, there's bottles in there, and this timer is done, right? And so what I've got now is, if there's potions in there, this will turn on, right? Which means this signal will turn off, but this one will still be on because Oh yeah, this one's only on because this guy's on right now. Like if I break that, see it's off. Yeah. But if this timer is on, that means there's something brewing in there, so this signal will be on as well. I know, it's confusing. I know. I'm trying my best. Oh man. Okay, so the last thing, well not the last thing, but the next thing I want to do is I want to run a little bit of an indicator light. So we're just going to go straight off of this guy. We're going to go like that, and then we're going to put the redstone lamp right here, right? And then I can kind of fill this in at this point, right? And so the reason we're doing that is when I'm in here, hello? When I'm in here and I'm throwing stuff in, I want to know that the thing's working, right? And so that's where this redstone lamp, if it's on, that means the thing's brewing and it's working, and just hold your taters. Then the final thing, this is the final thing I want to do, is we have to put a dropper elevator in here. Dropper-vator, item elevator. And so we're just going to use 3 droppers. 1, 2, 3. Right? And I want to put something kind of nice there. Let's run up really quick. Because this will be the thing that shows us, hey, this is where you drop. This is where the drop happens. Thank you, Skrillex. So let's just grab a blue stained clay. Seems good. So we know like when it's going, if we just stand in one spot, then we'll be good to go with getting the stuff. So we're just going to go, I'm gonna put that right, and Bob's your uncle there. And then we'll hop down here, and we're going to build the drop-evator. So you put another comparator, put a little bit of redstone right there, put a repeater right here, and I think I put it on, do I put that on one tick? I can't remember. Shoot. Okay, we'll test it. We'll give it a test job. And then we're going to put one like that, and then we're going to put a guy like that. And so this will help keep the flow. Once they're in that hopper, it'll help keep the flow, like lock it, so it'll put in one at a time, because otherwise this thing can't handle it. It doesn't know what to do if you throw a bunch in there. Let's test that out and just make sure that works. If I put in, let's say I have 3 water bottles. They're going in. That did not work. Why you no work? They all went up there. What have I done wrong? Oh, I know. I'm missing one right there, because then that'll send up the rest of the signal. I think that should work at this point. So if we put in the water balls, boom, boom, boom. I think that does it. There's one. There's 2. There's a 3rd one in there. Let's try it if I don't have that. Oh, I think that did it. Yeah. Pretty sure. Do I have 6 on me now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, pecker. I will have to look at that one. That's interesting. I tell you what, be right back. Let me go look at my test world and see what I did wrong. Okay, I figured out what the problem was. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a east-west, north-south issue, and that means like, so if I got F3, you see like I'm facing east right now. The XYZ F is east. in my creative test world, I built this facing north and south, and it works great. But the dropper elevator that I was using seems to be affected by direction. So I changed it up a little bit. I'm using one. This is actually a design by AC Tennis AC, the little guy, little genius, and it's pretty straightforward, real simple. It's just whenever there's an item in the clock, or I'm sorry, in this dropper, it starts a little clock, and it'll just go through. It'll say, all right, pick it through. There is a torch right there, which will shut it back off. So don't have to worry about the flow coming from the brewing stand. So that's a bonus. And then I had to put, I don't know if I necessarily had to, but I did it anyway. I put put a half slab there. That way this redstone signal wouldn't power that block to lock that hopper. I think this is good. You may notice I've got some frame rate issues. Anders is online as well, and as soon as he got on, he was like, where did he say? He goes, hey, do I have a ton of chicken? So we'll check out Doc's place afterwards, but let's give this a test, see how it goes. I'm just gonna kind of halfway cover this stuff up. Oh man, this lag is so weird. It's just jerky. Everything's like super jerky. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this like this so we can go down and see. So let's pretend for just a moment. Boom, boom. I'm a dude. I got another one, and some of that biz, and some of that biz, right? That would be everything I'd need. Yep. So we'll try it one more time. I'm in. Throwing it in. Doop-a-doop. Boop-a-doop. Honk. That go in, sort of. That in, and that in. This light's on means it's working. If we go down here to kind of see things, you can see this is now counting up. Can we reach and look in there? So the netherwort is brewing the potions. You'll see this is now stuck at 50, which is perfect. Is exactly what we want. And now the final one will be as soon as the glowstone goes in. Right? As soon as it leaves, we will look. This timer starts counting down. That means in 20 seconds, this thing will be done, which is great because that is exactly what the time it needs to finish off the potion with the glowstone. And then we stand right here and wait for it. Look at that. It's in my inventory. And I've got Potion of Regeneration 2. 22 seconds. So I did something wrong there. Oh yeah, I probably should have used redstone. I think that's what it is. But hey, whatever. That works. And then we can try it one more time, just to be on the safe side. If I want to make some, we'll put in some water bottles, netherwort, spider eye, fermented spider eye. Let's see. And I want glowstone and some gunpowder. Right? Doop. So then I'll throw in my 3. Q. Doom. Oh, throw that in there. Make sure they go in. Then netherwort, spider eyes, fermented spider eyes, glowstone dust, and gunpowder. So it's real cool. Like it throws right in there. And then we go down. We'll see this is now at 50. This guy is going through. It's all ready to go. You saw the spider eye just went through. This guy is a brewing. So it's brewing the spider eye. And then, do I have any torches on me? I don't. I probably need to torch up this place. Like I said, this is something. Here, let me. That way I can watch it. This is something that I know can be compacted quite a bit, And I welcome you guys to do it. And, you know, any improvements you got, put it together in a video and send it to me. There's an interesting thing. YouTube is getting rid of video responses. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm not very happy about it. But for right now, send them as a video response, and I'll check them out. And if I like it, if it's a good improvement, then I'll like the video and add it as a video response. So that should mark the end of that. Now it's counting down. 20 seconds. Stand right here like a good boy. And what else was I going to say? Oh, and then, of course, if you don't have, if you can't make videos or anything, YouTube, you can try to take a lot of screenshots and put them up on Imager and then tweet them at me. Boom! Splash Potion of Harming. And it should be Splash Potion of Harming 2. So then, next time I go, I can go over to my chickens and boom, and not even worry about it. Perfect. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to empty my inventory out. We're going to grab those chickens and let's go over and give Doc a wink wink prank. Okay, so I will see you guys in just a moment. Oh, wait, wrong. Hey. You have just been pranked. I filled this chest with raw chicken. What do I say? Raw chicken. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Generikb. He wants some raw chicken to help with his villager trading. So it's a fake prank. It's a gift prank. Okay, it seems like this place is alright. I mean, there's 300 entities around. It's really not too bad in the whole scheme of things. I'm gonna go check out Andrew's place and see if there's anything over there that's causing it. Maybe the server just needs a good rebooting. I don't know. But that is it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, hit the thumbs up button. It helps me out tremendously. But until next time, take care. Brush your hair. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.